Tropic Nation? Welcome, sports fans all around the world. It's our favorite time of the year again. It's March Madness. But more importantly for Crown College, this is Tropic Madness. This is our selection show. I'll be your host for today, Nick McDreamy, star player of your hometown Flint Tropics. And I'll be joined shortly by bracketologist as well as sharpshooter on the Flint Tropic team, your own Robert the Lorax Smartnick. Now, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, let's get down to the revealing. Let's begin with the top three seeds of our bracket. Now, everyone saw this one coming. The clear-cut number one seed, Nick McDreamy, has taken it once again. His pure talent on the court, as well as a single relationship status, has definitely pushed him to the top of this year's bracket. A true Cinderella story here, as McDreamy went from 9th on the bench of a JV basketball team at Crown College to star player of your hometown Flint Tropics. What a story. Tate Pringle, gaining a lot of support from hometowners in Lincoln, Nebraska, has gained him that number 2 spot this year, really surprising people. I'm not really sure what the committee was thinking on this one, with average put out on the court and then a not-so-single relationship status. Pringle could be in for an upset later on in this bracket. Sneaking in to our number 3 spot in this year's bracket is Robert the Lorax Smartnick. Now, nearly doubling his production from last year, the Lorax has really stepped up this year. Also, he'll be feeding off of his good guy reputation, which might lure some of the single ladies to go his way this year. And as you know, single women do make up a large majority of our votes in this bracket. Now, before we go any further, we're going to go ahead and take a time out in order to thank our sponsors for this year's Flint Tropic team. Thank you, Custom Ink, for providing the Flint Tropics with the sickest uniforms that Crown College Intramurals has ever seen. Also, thank you to the Detroit Bad Boys for being your Flint Tropics inspiration to basketball. Without you, we would be nothing. Welcome back, Tropic Nation. Once again, I am your host, Nick McDreamy, and to be joined shortly by bracketologist Robert the Lorax Smartnick. Let's continue on in the west side of the bracket, where we go to the 8-9 matchup of Mark the Hitman Jones versus Elliot the Thunder Weens. Now, while the experts in this one predict this to be a possible upset pick, I would have to say that as Elliot the Thunder Weens has a reputation with Crown women only comparable to Chad Anderson from Racist Invasion and Company. Ooh! I know. But believe me, I can see this one going the other way. Rounding out our wild west side of the bracket is the 4-5 matchup Battle of the Roommates between Brandon McCormick sliding into the 4 spot and Jason Papa Rothmeyer into that 5 slot this year. Now, with a little more insight on this tough-to-pick matchup, we're going to go ahead and turn it over to Tropic Sharpshooter as well as roommate in the 307 to both of these men, Robert the Lorax Smartnick. What do you got for us, Robert?
First of all, Nick, thanks for having me. It's good to be on the show. This is an interesting matchup we have here. You got two pretty similar guys in attitude and production on the court. However, with Jason, you got a guy that's in a relationship, and with Brandon, you got a guy that's not in a relationship. So that can really have an effect on the matchup here. So with Brandon, you got a guy that obviously, if Crown College did a bachelor, he would be the guy. It's not just a nickname. He's every woman's dream. And that can really play into this. He get all the votes from any single lady. Probably some ladies that aren't in relationships will vote for him because he's that good.
Thank you, Lorax. Now, shifting gears quickly here. We're going to the east side of our bracket where we will look at the 7-10 matchup of Reed Sorson, a mystery man for the Tropics, and Commander Cody Bedlin in that 10 spot this year. This one is a very popular upset pick once again, as Commander Cody Bedlin is much more well known on the Crown College campus. However, I think that one here has to consider Cody Bedlin's recent engagement, which takes him off of the market, possibly losing him a lot of critical single lady votes. Our final matchup of the night is the 6 seed Jalen Pumpkin Butt Phoenix, given to him by his girlfriend, Leah, and then Alex Father Fellerman in that dreaded number 11 spot. Now that the field is set, the choice is yours. Go on to Twitter and follow @TropicNationCC to cast your votes now. This has been a Nick McDreamy production. Thank you, everybody. Signing off on behalf of myself as well as Robert the Lorax Smartnick. Thank you for being our #1 fans.